Last trips I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live, I don't know what these mad for. I just signed a deal and got a really big bag for it. Still at your mama crib and getting money, you gotta ask for it. Tired of complaining, I gotta change my situation. Looking at the view outside, I thought I would never make it. Every day these take, but that don't stop the money making. If you want it, go and take it, ain't no point in hesitating. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Right there, 54, right there.
Sammy! Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Watch, twitch. Watch, touch.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Ready. Yellow lady.
A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. It's Ross Cockrell that time that made the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now Breeze on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Newton to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Newton on third down. And he's got his target. That's more. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 42.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Newton and Olsen here with a connection. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Here's Newton. And this is Shepard on the catch. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
Here we go.
From the red zone now, Newton. Flush to his right. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Anzalone. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. To throw is Newton. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. Whoosh. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy.
Gerald McCoy is always going to be linked with Ndamukong Suh. They came into the NFL in the same draft class. There's a lot of debate about who was going to be the better defensive tackle. They just do it 2 different ways. McCoy, more movement, more elusiveness. That allowed him to make the play there for a short gain.
And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the gun, it's Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense, to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and they're going to have a third down.
95-56.
6-0 our score after 1. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. They're staring up at a 3rd and 9 to start it out.
Ready? Yellow lady. 12. Watch the run. He's crossing. He's checking crack.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing is Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
Flushed out right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Trey Hendrickson. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Newton now to throw. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 31-yard line. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Forced out to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Brian Burns make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now this throw, it's complete. It's Moncrief with it. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The Saints on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there ready to begin their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
23 yards, the final tally. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
I got you.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Panthers on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd down and 12. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Murray. Tackle made by K'Wan Short. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Going deep for Moncrief. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 17. And an alley to run. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
On 2nd and 9, Newton looking for Shepard deep. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. The drive starts with a completion left side. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Breeze. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It's a gain of 5. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Breeze to throw. Screen pass to Connor. A good pickup there, a 22. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
You're good, you're good. Ready.
Into the red zone, it's Breeze. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
He's got Smith here. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Thomas, the lone receiver, left. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now Breeze. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Thomas, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. The quick slant caught. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they'll get get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's one heck of a third down conversion, a pickup of 39. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
From the gun, here's Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep. Touchdown, Carolina.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's footed and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Extra point try, good by Gano. And the lead is now 24. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Again, it's Murray. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Breeze now to throw. They complete it to Hill. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Breeze now. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. Flush to his right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it's 3rd down.
Gun. It's our time. It's our time.
A shotgun snap for Newton. He's going to let this one go deep. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Breeze now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Now throwing on first down and completing it. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. So they go pass on 3rd and 2. They complete it, but no gain. Should they have tried to run it?
I thought that running the ball in that situation is what they would have done because at worst case scenario, you may bring up a 4th down decision for your team. Instead, now, they're not close to the 1st down.
So here we go on 4th down with Breeze. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
Breeze now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Breeze. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by James Bradbury. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9. Newton looking left sideline, incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. On 3rd down, Newton. And that is incomplete. Here's Michael Pilardi now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Switzer on the return. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Watch the shit! 36.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Shotgun now for Breeze. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. From midfield, here's Breeze. Moncrief brings it in. And he's got this down to the 35. 14 yards is the pickup, 1st down, New Orleans.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. K1 short. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. To throw, it's Breeze. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Panthers will get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They'll run with McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because...
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Gano the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points. So they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Breeze. And this is Cook with a grab. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Throwing now is Breeze. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 46-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Breeze going to throw. Got it complete to West. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. To throw is Breeze. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted a 1/3 of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 4. Now Breeze. The open man is Smith. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 23. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements. An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
Now Breeze on third down. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Check.
Breeze to throw again. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now Breeze will bring the Saints offense up to go for 2 here. Now Breeze again. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 9.
And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Just like that.
And they will take a knee here.
Newton on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural. But I
like where we're going with this. You say one to represent, like the best player of all of that. And I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Panthers, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.